don't underestimate the umbrellas. So today I'm gonna talk about the summer in Seoul. So my last video was about the spring season, so this time I'm gonna talk about the summer, what to wear, what the weather is like, about the foods, and some other things that might help you while you're here. I'm trying to film this really fast because my tripod is broken, my microphone is broken, and I don't have anywhere else to film that. I'm filming in an office that has a lunch break, so fingers crossed I can finish this. So the first thing to talk about is the weather. The weather in Seoul is really humid and really hot. So even my friends from Southeast Asia are saying that it's really. So even my friends from Southeast Asia were saying that this is crazy how hot Korean summers can get. So it's really humid and really hot. So be aware of that. The temperatures during the peak season, which is from mid-July until mid-August, is from 28 to 37 degrees, but now with tons of humidity on this, and you will really, it's like walking around in a steam sauna with blazing sun, so it's hot. Also, the summer starts with a rainy season, so the end of June until almost all of July, it's gonna be quite rainy, so I don't actually recommend coming during that time because you're gonna lose a lot of days to the rain. Because if you're traveling, you want to take pictures outside and all this, maybe come right before that or come towards the end of it. So yeah, this is my recommendation. The rain is not cold, it's warm, but it's heavy. That's it about the weather, and let's move on to the clothing. So clothing, I would say flowy, really flowy stuff, shorts or skirts, dresses. This is the stuff you want to wear. Guys, shorts, t-shirts. The more natural the fabrics are, the better for you, because if it's a really, I can't remember that word. If it's not a natural material, you're gonna sweat more, so actually you're gonna be more uncomfortable. So the more flowy and the more natural the materials are, the better for you. Also, you're gonna have to wear sandals probably, because it's really hot. But because it's really humid, even the most comfortable sandals can start rubbing. Sandals that go over the neck of your foot, the ankle part. This part here, they are definitely gonna rub. So if they're tied around the ankle area, that close around that area, that's fine. But if they just come over like this, if they're not like this, they just come over like this, they're definitely gonna rub. So be aware of that, because there's too much pressure on the leg and it's humid and it's just gonna rub. So if you have your favorite plaster stuff, take those with you. If you are willing to bear the heat, wear your sneakers, but really it's gonna be hot, so you do want to have open feet. Also, because you'll be walking around a lot, there's hot sun and it's really hot, so you do want to cover your head. There are a few ways to do that. You can have hats, caps, or the straw hats and things, or you can have an umbrella. Umbrella is your personal shade, so you can carry it with you wherever you go. Don't underestimate the umbrellas. They're really helpful in the hot Korean summer. That's why people use umbrellas here, because it is an immediate relief from the blazing sun. It really helps. Now let's talk about the foods. So foods, there in Korea, during the summertime, there are so many special foods that you can actually only get during that season. So let's talk about those foods. So if you come, the first thing you need to try is bingsu. Bingsu is ice flakes, shaped ice flakes that usually it's made either water, or if you go to buffet, it's gonna be water ice flakes. If you go to an actual place like Solbing, then it's gonna be made with milk. So if you are vegan or you can't have dairy for some reason, you can't have that, but they have vegan options. So Happy Cow will have your back on this one. Then there's also naengmyeon. Naengmyeon is called noodles, and there's two types of naengmyeon. One is bibim naengmyeon, which is mixed with spicy sauce and it has no soup, and the other one is with the soup and it's not spicy. So if you don't like spicy foods, go for the non-spicy one. It's a cold soup with buckwheat noodles. It's really tasty, and it's only available during the summer here, unless it's a specialty shop, and you can have it all around the year. Another noodle dish that is available only during the summer, this one is even more like scarce because that one they really don't make during other seasons. If naengmyeon, you can go to some other places and you can still get it like around the year sometimes. With Kongguksu, which is grinded bean soup noodles, it's so good. I love it so much. But like it really, you can't get it during other seasons. That one is also cold, and there is a really tasty Kongguksu place in Isoyok, which I'll try to link it down with the maps and stuff. Right. Also, I recommend trying all the fruits that are available during the summer, because wherever you go, the fruits are going to taste a little bit different, even though you have the same things. For example, the watermelons here are really sweet. So if you get like a good watermelon, you'll just be like amazed how sweet it can be. And like that goes with other seasons in Korea as well. They will have the fruits that you should definitely try the fruits. Like not just Korea, wherever you travel, try the fruits and stuff. Also, there is this thing called samgyetang, and this one you can actually get around the year as well. There will be places that serve it all around the year, but it's because in Korea they have this notion of eating hot food on a hot day cools down your body, so it's a good thing to eat. And also, I asked some friends and they were saying just get some chicken and beer and go to Hangang, which is like for the evenings. It's a great place and great way to spend your time in Seoul, because Hangang will be filled with people who are just doing their daily picnics and camping and stuff with their little tents and their pets and stuff. So it will be a nice experience for you as well. The last things I want to talk about are things that can help you out with the heat. So the first thing I already mentioned is umbrella. It really is your personal shade. So you do want to have this with you, because there's more rain during the summer in Korea, and the sun is too hot. It's too intense. So if it's raining, you have an umbrella. If it's too sunny, you can like cool yourself down a little bit. Another thing you can have is a mini fan. Like there are these electrical ones, and they're usually now with USB power. So it's really easy to charge them up, and you can use them for like a couple of hours usually, and they're easy to use in small spaces. But be aware, your hair can get stuck in them if you have them in the wrong way. I had this happen to me once. That was really painful. I had to cut off my hair. I think that it was somewhere here. I think that might have been that. Yeah, I had to cut it off. My hair was longer at that time. My hair was like really long. I cut it short now. Also, bring your reusable water bottle, because in Korea they have a lot of water fountains around the city, like especially like on the campuses. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna visit some campuses when you come here because they're nice. But university campuses definitely have water fountains all over the place. Parks will have water fountains. And a little trick: if you're like in a mall or you're walking in the street and you're like, I'm so thirsty, I'm not feeling good, go to a pharmacy. They have a water fountain, because they will have to provide water for people who need to take medication right away. So if you need to drink water, just go in there. Even if you don't have a bottle, they will have the little like paper things you can use to drink. So that is a way to also be able to hydrate yourself. Another thing that I really recommend is using sun cream. When my mom came to visit Korea last year, and that was like before the summer actually, that was like end of May, she is not the person to get a tan. She just burns and then that's it. It all comes off. But she really tanned here. So the sun is really intense here. Like it's definitely more intense than Europe, like Northern Europe. So be aware of that. I guess it's because of all the, it's a mountainous land, so you're a lot higher in some places, so to be aware of that. And if you do go hiking, definitely your nose and your lips. We were watching a football game and several times we burnt our lips because like even though we like applied the sun protection, like you have to do it constantly. Like it's really intense here, so be aware of that. And another thing that I recommend is when you feel that you are really low on sugar and you also are dehydrated, find a place that specializes on juices, because fruit juices, because they are cheaper. Apart from like Joe and Joe or something like that, that's an expensive one because that is a real fruit juice place. But usually think places called like Juicy Juice, those places make a kind of watered down smoothie. Like they have maybe like 1/3 cup of fruit and then they add water or like a little bit ice as well, and then they blend it. It's like blended fruit drink, and it's really cheap. Like Juicy, for example, like for the large size, like this big pineapple juice is like 2,500. If you go to a coffee shop, you pay like triple of that amount. So I do recommend that for your like emergency need of some kind of sugary drink or something like that, which is going to be healthier, but it's not going to be as expensive, so it's going to be fine. Also with those places, I do recommend asking half sugar or half syrup. If you just say half syrup, they'll understand what you mean because syrup is the same as in English. It's Konglish, they understand that. So because things in Korea are a lot sweeter than most Westerners would be used to. Like as an European, I still think like things are way too sweet. Like if it's a savory meal, it's still sweet. There's still tons of sugar in it. So be aware of that. But yeah, just ask half syrup or no syrup depending on your preference. But full syrup is probably going to be too sweet, especially if you're not local. I'm pretty sure it's going to be too sweet for you. So that's it. I hope this video helps you in your preparations for your holiday. And see you in the next video about autumn.